take a look inside a place only a select number of people have been over the last 8 months. The Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant has held our interest since March, ever since the disaster there. 36 journalists toured the plant last Saturday. NHK World's Yoshihiro Nemoto was one of them, and will speak in Japanese with him, but will provide simultaneous interpretation.
It's been 8 months since the accident, and the site was open to the media for the first time, but isn't it too late?
Well, yes, we've been asking since immediately after the accident to open the site to the media, to the Japanese government and TEPCO, but we were not allowed to because we were told that we may obstruct the works and also the radiation was very high. But 8 months have passed and the cooling of the reactors have stabilized and we were able to accompany the minister in charge of the nuclear accident.
Could you explain the route you took?
Yes, along with other media people, I boarded the bus and went through the main gate. First, we went to the main gate and then we went through the higher ground road and went through the purification facility and went through the seaside road and then went to the living quarter. And in this covering of this site, we had to limit the radiation level to the 100 microsieverts, so both the time and routes were limited. So this is before the departure. In order to go inside the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant site, you have to wear the protection gears, and you have to also wear a very special mask so that you would not take in air inside. It's quite stifling, but it's very hard for people who would have to work for long hours. And this is the front base of the workers. It's called J Village, and it's 20 kilometers away from the nuclear power plant. After we entered the site, the first thing that came to us, or the first thing that I saw, was the tanks. There were a lot of tanks there. This is to contain the decontaminated water, and still 200,000 tons worth of tanks are being installed every month, and now the accident site. 8 months have passed since the accident, and the media was able to enter to this site for the very first time, and it's completely destroyed. This is the place where we can have a view of the entire accident, and the radiation levels was 50 microsievert per hour. The fourth reactor was seen on the right-hand side, and everything was completely destroyed. It's totally destroyed. I have been covering the nuclear power plants for long times, but it was really frightening to see that such strong concrete buildings could be destroyed easily. Then we went to the seaside road, and the radiation level gradually increased. And on the right-hand side, you can see the bags with rubbles inside. This is a temporary seawall, and the highest part was 4 meters, so it means 40 meters above the sea level. Everything on the seaside is just completely damaged and devastated. Everything was washed away because of a tsunami. And the radiation reading is 300 microsieverts per hour, and the bus is accelerating. And this is from number 4 reactor to number 3 reactor, and the radiation level is still quite very high. It reads about several thousand microsieverts per hour. And then we saw number 5 reactor, number 6 reactor, and lastly, we went to the living quarter. And dosimeters are handed out here. And immediately after the accident, was so confused, and not every worker was able to have a dosimeter, but now everything is managed with barcode, and each person can have dosimeters. And this is a place where you undergo screening. Immediately after the accident, everything was so confused that you didn't even have a place to sleep or eat, but Now things are much better. But Mr. Yoshida Masao, the director of the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, says that still the situation is very tough on the ground.
The radiation levels remain high, so when it comes to working every day, there is still danger. It's a huge challenge to maintain worker safety and to secure enough workers for the future.